0 and negative exponents. We still have 2 problems that we need to finish. So let's look at example 7. All right, so yesterday we talked about those negative exponents. You got to change their location to make them positive again. So I like to circle my negative exponents so I know which ones I'm moving. Okay, so I just need to move those. So I'm going to keep everything else the same while I deal with that. A5, B5. C to the negative 5 is going to go down there, but I'm going to wait a second. Oh, B negative 3 needs to go up. So it's going to become B3. So I've moved, or I've done those letters. The denominator, we have a negative 7. That is a base of negative 7. That is not an exponent, so we don't move it. We're just going to keep it as negative 7 on the denominator. And then a squared. So negative 7, a squared have been written down. Then we have, oh, we got to put the c negative 5 down there. So it's c positive 5. And then c positive 6. All right, so we don't have any negative exponents. But we need to see if we can combine any like bases. So, equals, I'm going to draw my fraction bar. Okay, negative 7 is going to stay where it's at. Now we're going to look at like bases. A to the 5, a squared. When we divide like bases, we subtract them. So we're going to do 5 minus 2. And it's 3. So we put it on the top. If it was negative 3, we'd put it on the bottom as a positive. But, oh, I don't know why I put negative because I was talking about it, I guess. A to the 3. All right, and then look at your B's. They're being multiplied. What do we do with those exponents? Multiply, you add them. So what is it? B to the 8. And then do C. They're on the bottom together. They're being multiplied. So we add our exponents. 5 plus 6. Okay, and that's all we had to do. So we actually only had 2 steps on this one. All right, let's look at example 8. We have a negative exponent right there. So that means this whole thing, this whole base, this is your whole base. It's going to go on the bottom. But when I change its location, I change the sign, so it's a positive 4. The 2xy is just going to stay like it is, 2xy. You with me? Okay. So the top, there's nothing to simplify, but look at the bottom. See how we have that 4 out there? The 3 has a 1 exponent. And then the x has a 2 exponent. When you have the exponent outside the parentheses, you're multiplying. It's kind of like distributing that exponent to each exponent inside. You're multiplying. So 2xy is going to stay on top. But the bottom is going to be 3 to the 4th power. And x to the 2 times 4 is 8. Okay, we need to simplify this guy right there. And you know what? You can put it in your calculator just like that. Alpha y equals. Put it in. You're going to have 2 over 3 raised to the 4th. Two over 81. Okay. So 2 over 81. Okay, and then we need to simplify the x. X on top and then x to the 8. So that's really x to the 1 over x to the 8. When you divide like bases, what do you do with your exponents? Subtract them, yeah. So what's it going to be? It's a 7. Is it going to go on top or bottom, though? Huh? Bottom, because it would be a -7, but we want it to be positive. And look at where the bigger exponent is. It's on the bottom. So that's where we're going to put the x. That's where it's going to be left over. This one's going to simplify because it's 1 minus 8, which is 7. But it's going to stay on the bottom. So x to the 7. And then y, there's no change to y. It's just y. Once you have your fraction, your coefficient simplified, and then one of each variable, that's how you know you're done. As long as you don't see duplicates or multiple x's or multiple y's. Okay, you're going to glue this in.